Yet there are so many programs, I think, about affirmative action at the front end of that Black America will say is under attack, in particular by conservatives, frankly, and the Republican Party. And they say that message that you just delivered does not jive with the actions that they see when gains, many people think of the voting rights extension, are looked to be.
This is the straw man that the left elevates somehow or another, that the Republicans are against the Voting Rights Act. That's just crazy. I mean, what the Democrats are doing, they're fighting the old battles of the Civil Rights era of 1960, and most of African Americans understand this is just the politics of race that gets nowhere anymore today. That battle was fought, that battle was won. Some Republicans were on the right side, some were on the wrong side. More Republicans, by the way, voted for the Voting Rights Act, voted for the Civil Rights Act than Democrats did.
And what's your thought of affirmative action then?
Well, affirmative action to me is an old battle. I mean, I talk about that in this book. I mean, affirmative action is on its way out in most areas. I mean, we still have it in place, but again, I think that there are more systemic things that are more important to the African American community, such as rebuilding the traditional family, such as rebuilding safe neighborhoods and creating opportunities in those neighborhoods, than a government set-aside program for 5% of contracts. Now, I'm not saying I oppose that, and I haven't opposed it.
But you understand that affirmative action...
Let me finish. The bottom line is...
I just want to make sure that we're under the same understanding here, Senator. Forgive me, but you understand that African Americans see affirmative action as far bigger than set-asides and the 5% set-aside that you suggested there. It's a much broader issue and topic for African Americans.
Well... Yeah, I know it is for some African Americans, and I understand that the issue of affirmative action has a lot of connotation to it. But when it comes to government programs, that's what affirmative action, by and large, is. It is a set of preferences and set asides. And so my point is that what we need to do is focus on things that have greater impact in the African American community than a handful of government programs that benefit a very small number of African Americans. And so my point is that not that I'm against those things, and in fact in the book I talk about my support for them. But when you focus on those things, you miss what I consider to be the bigger picture here. And the bigger picture is that the African American community, and particularly in the inner city, is we need a program, and we need a policy both from a government as well as community based to be able to address some of the more systemic problems there.
All right. I would just beg to differ with the idea of greater impact than affirmative action. I think that would be a hard road to go down with most African Americans, that you'd find many things greater than the impact of affirmative action through the years.
I would say out of wedlock birth rate in the African American community going from 20% to 75% has had bigger impact on a negative impact than the positive impact of affirmative action.